Good afternoon, everyone across Northeast Ohio. I'm forecaster Brian Ivey. Big story here today is a severe weather threat across the area. Now, most of the whole state of Ohio is under at least a low risk, but we have Northwest Ohio here. You're under a medium risk for any kind of severe storms, and damaging winds is definitely the biggest threat. The second biggest threat is going to be large hail, and an isolated tornado certainly can't be ruled out. This severe threat will start earlier this afternoon and last through the evening hours. There could be a couple rounds of storms. So as I mentioned here, heavy rain, that is certainly a good possibility with some of these storms as they can train along a stationary front, and gusty winds, strong, potentially damaging winds is definitely a threat as well. Can't rule out the hail or the tornado either for sure. Right now it's definitely a hot, muggy, murky day across the greater Cleveland skyline with that haze and some cloud cover that has been around throughout the morning hours. Most of the rest of northeastern Ohio dealing with a pretty good amount of sunshine, even if it is filtered a little bit. So off towards the west, here's our storm system that's trying to move in. We're going to have development ahead of that. A line will develop and eventually push in. And temperatures are definitely warm across the whole state of Ohio and all the way stretching down across the south into the southwest. From Dallas to Cleveland, we're dealing with 80s already this morning. Into the very early afternoon, temperatures will surge through the 80s. This one band of cloud cover has been around near the lakeshore again. That's associated with the front, but that's going to start pushing off. We should see some development of those cumulus clouds ahead of any kind of thunderstorms. Current temperatures at 11 a.m. 81 there in Cleveland. It's 85 Dover, New Philadelphia, 84 in Mansfield. So temperatures definitely on the toasty side as we go throughout the morning. That's hot weather, some of the hottest weather we've seen so far this early in the day. Again, stationary front becoming now a warm front that's moving north of the area. This will again be the focal point for storms as it's been for the last several days. Eventually have a low pressure system and that cold front riding on through. That will cool our temperatures down a little bit in the coming day or so. Not too much in store as far as rainfall yet this month. We're certainly going to expect to add to that the next few days or so. Temperatures near average yesterday across the greater Cleveland area, but my goodness, you were near 90 Akron, Canton to Dover, New Philly. We are going to add up the rain, as I mentioned, probably about where those thunderstorms persist, a good 1 to 2 inches across our northern counties, especially most of northeastern Ohio. For the rest of the 2/3 of the state, probably no more than about an inch or so through Sunday. And again, that all depends on exactly where those thunderstorms set up and move through. Now, as we look at what's going on today, again, here's this development that we're going to see, and everything's going to start pushing in as we go through about 2, 3, 4, 5 p.m. And this is really when you're going to see the strong to possibly severe storms. And then another round looks to move through as we go throughout 8, 9 o'clock tonight. So it looks like a couple rounds of showers and storms. And then we're going to start really decreasing the storm threat as we go into the overnight hours. But again, today, hot and humid, temperatures rising into the upper 80s to potentially low 90s, certainly in spots. Isolated storms will start around 2 p.m. and by 5 p.m. scattered storms around potentially severe, and that'll last off and on throughout the evening as well. We'll drop down into the upper 60s for lows tonight, and it's still going to be on the muggy side a little bit. Your full 7-day forecast now, 76 there on Saturday, at least north. It'll still be in the lower 80s south. PM thunderstorms certainly possible, especially south. 65 there tomorrow night, 86, so we're right back warm again when that front shifts north. Partly cloudy, isolated storms Sunday, a much better chance Sunday night and Monday for storms, and into the day on Tuesday as well. Temperatures a little bit cooler, and then we'll be near 80 to finish out the next couple days of the 7. So unsettled weather continues. It's going to be a little bumpy ride off and on. Stay tuned to neoweather.com for all the information. I'm forecaster Brian Ivey.